jõudsingi kohale siia Mountain View'sse, Google'i peakontori juurde. Google Maps'i abil on see päris lihtne. Kui lihtne on aga oma ideid kohale viia teiste inimesteni, nii et nad sind päriselt usuksid ja tahaksid sinu ettevõtmistes kaasa lüüa. Inglisekeelses keeleruumis on sõnal pitch tugeva P-ga õige mitu tähendust. Näiteks ühe ameeriklaste poolt enim armastatud spordiala pesapalli puhul tähendab pitchima, palli ette söötma ehk sisse viskama. Eks selle pallimänguga ole sama nagu heade ideedega, et sa pead palli söötma teisele mängijale ette nii, et tema sellele ka pihta saaks. Silicon Valley's kasutatakse väga palju ka terminit elevator pitch ehk liftikõne, mis tähendab sisuliselt seda, et selle aja jooksul, kui sa sõidad liftiga maja ühelt korruselt teisele, pead sa teisele inimesele selgeks tegema, et just sinu idee on maailma parim. Check it out, y'all.
Hi everybody, my name is Paulina and I'm Captain Cook. Did you know that 69% of people hate grocery shopping because they are overwhelmed by the amount of choices? We fix grocery shopping and we also motivate for cooking. Captain Cook is the first mobile app that offers you 3 unique healthy recipes a day, already paired with real products, real prices from grocery stores around you.
My name is Mark Thomas and I'm the co-founder and CEO of the real estate technology startup Resio. When you're searching for homes on websites like Zillow and Trulia, over 52% of the information that you're looking at is wrong and inaccurate. Therefore, the data is bad. Resio solves for this pain point.
All right, so it's actually my grandmother's birthday today. So, yeah, so when I raise my hand, can you guys say 生日快乐? Okay. Try right now. Okay. Okay. 姥姥好，这是香生，你看这么多人。生日快乐。
So I really liked your presentation today.
Thank you so much.
And you, as you already mentioned, that you've been obviously on stage before. But how would you compare these two experiences? Like you've probably done it several times in Europe, but is it very much different to do it here in the US?
Yeah, like for me it was double challenge because originally I come from Ukraine, so I came to Germany and started pitching in German. So, and you know, people feel like you are not a native speaker and so on. And then I come here and I'm already trained to pitch in German, and then I start to pitch in English. And there are so many like high quality people who are natives here, so you have like to keep up with their standards. So you have to be really strong, otherwise like go down, nobody like hears you, nobody understands you and so on. So I'm still not, of course, not perfect. I'm trying to kind of work on my pronunciation, my like body language, on all this stuff, because I have heard like from my advisor, he said, if you can pitch, you can get anything. If you cannot pitch, it's like, yeah.
So what's the technique? How do you boost yourself to get on the stage and have the energy?
I was the whole time, like people were waiting for the pitch. I was standing the whole time like backstage on my own because I have to prepare myself, be alone, and was like pitching again and again with time stopper because it's very important. And for this kind of short pitches, it is extremely important because you have like to focus on really everything important, not go into the details, because otherwise people will not understand the whole idea and you will not have time to tell the whole story.
So what's your takeaway from this event? Even if you don't win or...
We are not done yet. I mean, like we're going to be pitching, so...
there's going to be a second round?
Yeah, there's going to be a second round. I'm in. So...
Okay, so you're telling the story and the time limit is like 30 seconds or a minute. So how do you build up the story, or what are the key points you have to follow?
What I do, I tell about our success almost in the first lines. So I tell, okay, we have launched already and we have this in distraction. So because it, again, like focus people on okay, it's not only like story what you're telling, not only cheap talk, somebody actually uses it, somebody likes it. So it like gives you more weight, you know, to your story. And then tell like shortcut of what you're doing, like.
Well, good luck.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you.
Excellent. Everybody slightly bend to your left. Everybody to the left. And I want you to take one step forward and just hug that person.
One of the mistakes that European entrepreneurs make is they put too much technical information in their presentation slides, which gets boring for most of the audience who may not be technical. They're interested in showing off their technology first instead of showing the application and the uses and the problem they're trying to solve. And so the first thing you have to get right is the story. You know, what is the structure of the story? If it's just about, oh, I have this great technology, someone please come and buy it, it's so obvious it's great, where are the customers should show up, those types of stories just don't work. You have to structure the gripping, you know, how this is going to change the world part first. The technical details you save to the end or to subsequent Q&A sessions. But there's also a strong culture of modesty in a lot of European countries, that you shouldn't put yourself out there too much, that you can't, you know, standing up in front of everyone else. Many people think that's implying you're better than everyone else, you're trying to stand above them, and that holds them back. And unfortunately, when you're talking to investors, you have to put yourself out there. You have to present your idea in a clear, visionary, forceful, compelling way, which is exciting for everyone else. You have to tell a story, you have to motivate a team, and that's difficult for many European students, young founders to do, who never received this kind of training in their universities. Here at Stanford, in our design school, we have several courses just on storytelling, because part of how you develop an idea, part of how you attract other people to work with you, attract a team, part of how you attract investors, to attract partners, is by telling a great story.
So what would you recommend to like a startup person or a student coming from Europe who unfortunately comes from this background of modesty?
So we've had numerous Estonian speakers. Some of them have been very good at telling stories. Others are quite stiff. And so you have to think about, how do you become more fluid? So how do you become more fluid in body motion and the story you're telling? Some people have a natural gift for doing this, but everyone can learn the skill about fluid presentation, engaging presentations, taking theater classes, taking classes where you're doing body movement, so dance, I think, especially for guys, can help loosen things up. But also just appreciating and learning how to tell stories in a way which attracts listeners and get people's attention it's a great skill. We have here at Stanford and in many secondary schools in the US, teachers who train students in speaking skills. So something I would encourage Estonian schools and universities to do is to establish a teaching position of a speaking coach, someone who can work with students, maybe part-time, who comes in 1 or 2 days a week.
1, 2, and 3.
Ultimately, if you have a company, your story needs to attract serious people, meaning team, you know, engineers, other co-founders, marketing, salespeople, but also eventually investors. You can't do just copycats. Copycats can be okay for a while, but you really have to understand what the global trends are, and you have to understand what's happening internationally, and you have to travel. So this is where I'm encouraged to see more and more Estonians coming to Silicon Valley, coming to Boston, to the US, also going to other parts of Europe. You have to get out of your own country, your own language, your own culture to really understand what's happening internationally and to come up with original ideas that you can market and sell and encourage adoption around the globe.
Waste plastic, they are not clean, they are not categorized, you know, they are mixed and they are dirty. They are all around the world. Every single piece of waste plastic that has been generated is still somewhere. Our process, I would say, you know, is the only available solution of making this waste plastic, this mixed dirty plastic, into this oil, something useful. this waste plastic, they are actually made of these long chains of polymers. So if we cut them into smaller pieces of carbon polymers, from carbon 4 to carbon 9, that is gasoline, and from carbon 9 to carbon 16, that is diesel, and anything above that is heavy oil. And we were able to generate gasoline, diesel, and also heavy oil. And they can make this plastic back into oil, they can sell them, they can make a profit. Yeah, so last year we were in this program, we were in this incubation program of Clean Tech Open, where they provide a lot of workshops.
Obviously, it must have been hard in the beginning, and then you do the first pitches, you feel very insecure.
Yeah, very insecure and very nervous. I wasn't able to say good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I was, but then later on, I mean, it's good. It's something that you can develop. It's not something come naturally. You know, some people are more shy, some people are more, you know, brave. But if you spend time and then try to develop your public speaking skills, it is not that hard. And sometimes people believes more or trust more on someone who is technically or, you know, a little bit more nervous. You know, if someone's speaking like very confidently, sometimes it's not trustworthy. A good pitch is not, you know, to confuse people. It's to make the public to understand what you are doing and what you are trying to do.